Hi, welcome back to the channel. We're back here for more of my shenanigans. As you already know, or if you're new to the channel, I'm Ella. I'm an 8-year crochetist who's been crocheting for about 5.5 years now. And shocker to popular belief, I'm notorious for starting blankets, which is what I have done. I started on a blanket cause if I'm being real with y'all, I don't have a blue blanket. I don't. Like, how me, a person that wears blue all the time, don't have a blue blanket? It just doesn't add up. So we're changing that. We are making a blue blanket in which I do have a little bit of it done. Only a little bit. I think I'm only like 6 rows in. Not far. I literally just started this, I think, 2 nights ago. And I'm doing it with an array of blues. I think there's 4 colors to this. One of them is not blue, and that is white, but that's besides the point. But we are making a blanket. We are working on this today. It's a blanket, or like the concept is like a blanket that I've wanted to try for a very long time. And that is 3D textured blankets, aka one of these. This one, I was trying to find the pattern for this one, but I could not find it. So resulting to one that I have complete access to on YouTube. And that is called the Lotus Blanket, which, if you know, the Lotus Blanket is a very pretty blanket. There is texture to it, and there are many layers to it. And I do have a little bit of it, so I can give y'all what I'm starting with. And then we're just gonna see how many rows I can get. Which I gotta go get my iPad, because that's what I'm gonna be looking at the tutorial for. And I do have my colors. It is baby blue, ice blue, white, and navy. You know, all the arrays of blues that I own. I do have another thing of blue, but it's gonna throw it off. Why? Because it's more on the teal side, not really blue-ish. It's gonna throw it off. It's gonna be an ombre, so I'm gonna start with white, ice blue, and then go my way up to navy, circle back through. So it's gonna look really pretty. It's gonna look really good. Let me show you what I'm starting with, and then we're just gonna jump right into it and see how much we can get done on this blanket. So this is what my blanket looks like so far. Obviously, like I said, not far. I did not get there. But this is the underside. Tear. I know. This is disgusting. This is what we don't want. We want this to be nice and clean, which will happen probably some part way through the project. I'm not 100% sure. Just until I get tired of them. But I gotta use navy again, so we're just gonna see how things go. I'm hoping this blanket looks good because I don't want to waste time into a blanket and then for it to look fugly. I'm gonna get my iPad, like I said, and I'm gonna pop it open, and I'm just gonna start cranking on this, and I will come back to you once I've probably switched to a different color, or like every 2 colors. Depends on how much color I'm using for the section, or like for the row, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna come back once I am on to my next color and show you what the process is looking like. Okay, so I have been working on this for a minute, and this is what she looks like now. We are more into the circle now, you know. Haven't really gotten to anything square territory. That's probably gonna be like later, but we've gotten to a circle. And when I tell you, I've used a crap ton of white for the past 3 rows. I've been doing white, and it's all simple stuff. Besides the first one, you can kind of tell between like the clusters. You can't really tell the clusters, but like I have done front post. This is all single crochet. This first row I did on top of the navy, and it's literally single crochet in the clusters, and then when I get to a cluster, I would do a front post single crochet around it. Like that was literally the only really interesting part. And then I did some increasing, you know, there's some increased double crochets in here, but I did some trebles, some singles, half doubles here to make the circle. And then this last row that I just finished was all half double crochets. There were some increases though, so I will give it that. I liked when we did like the middle stuff, like the lot, like the layering, because like there is a little bit of layering, like how these are like pushed back and these are like brought up, like the 3D effect. Like you can even tell when I lay it flat, like you can tell like there is layers. There are layers to this, and there will be more throughout the blanket. It's just we've like done the center so far. The ends back here are not as bad as I thought it would be. Also, another thing is, this is the first project that I've had, probably in a hot minute, if not ever, that I have had shoulder pain. Like, this is like a pain for my shoulder. Like it was mainly throughout the second round I did with making the circle. That round really killed my shoulder because of all the triple crochets that I had to do, and then all the double increases and stuff. Like, that tore, like, that destroyed my shoulder. Like, really? My weakness is trebles? Come on now. Like, I can crank out all these half doubles and not have pain, but as soon as I touch a treble, my shoulder gives out. That's crazy. But I'm not 100% sure if we switch. I'm praying we do, because I'd like to get away from the white and start on some ice blue, because there is very little in the center. This is my little check-in. This is where we're at right now. This is, I think, round, what, 10-ish? I think this is round 9, actually, round 9. So this is where we're at, round 9. I'm not 100% sure what round 10 is going to be. I'm hoping it's something good, like something kind of complex. I don't know how many rows we're going to get. Let's guesstimate. So, knowing myself, I tend to take a lot of breaks. And also, this is my first, like, 3D kind of textured blanket. Like, I've been wanting to make one of these for the longest time. That's why I almost made, there's, like, this Mandela, it's called the 2020 Mandela blanket, that it's on YouTube. And I was thinking of doing it with spring colors, you know, doing yellow, pink, blue, green, white, cream, all the colors. But then I was like, this is kind of like, yes, I am a crocheter that's crocheted for a long time, but I've never done anything of this sort, like 3D wise. My goal, one of these days, I don't know when, I will make the Lost Garden blanket. I will make that blanket because it is super pretty. And if I do it in the color scheme that the girl did, or tweak it a little bit, because I do like the yellow and I do like the royal blue. The orange I'm not really a big fan of. There's also red. I do like the red. I would probably take the orange and replace with something. I don't know what though. Maybe another version of blue, like a lighter blue. But yes, I would like to make the Lost Garden of some kind. I don't know when, but one of these days I will find that pattern and I will make it. We're gonna do this one because we are getting into spring and the lotus is obviously somewhat of a flower. You know, so we're gonna do this one. I'm gonna continue with this. I'm gonna say probably by the end of the night, I would say probably a good road, like I would get to like row 20, like in the 20s. That's probably a good amount. So that's like 10 rows for now. I hope I can. I just want there to be like more 3D texture. You know, I want there to be more texture, which I know the Lost Blanket has a good bit of texture. Just not crazy texture like the Lost Garden, the Coated Blanket, the 2020 Mandela Blanket, nothing like that. That's why we're starting something light, like the Lotus Blanket. That doesn't have a lot of, but just dips the toes into it, just so I can experience it. And still get a pretty blanket in the end. But with me yapping, I had a yap, I haven't yapped all day. I'm gonna continue with this. I'm hoping there's another color switch. And I will come back once I've reached about, I'd say about like row 15. So another 5 rows. Alright, so I am back after a long break. I took a long break because I had to go eat dinner and I had to do a couple things, but I'm back at it and I just switched for I think the 3rd time since I've came back. And we've gotten a lot more progress. There's a lot more texture and there will be more texture. But this is where we are at with the lotus. It's actually looking really cool. It's looking like a full-on mosaic. Like this is like the center flower, and then these are like leaves that have been made that are kind of like coming out from the flower underneath it. Like just the way that it looks just looks really cool. Like these almost look like leaves. Like, do you get the vision? Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm seeing the vision. So let me tell y'all something. So for the last, I would say like the last row, I would say probably the last 2 rows that I have done, I am this close to losing my because this is what I was doing. So obviously the last slice blue row that I did before switching colors, that was fine. It was literally single crochets and then doing trebles and doing 11 making shells. That was fine. But the crap I did after was literally did single crochets and then doubles, but I made clusters. So if you see, these are 2 double crochets, but they're both front post. So I did one, chain 1, and then did another one, so they're like overlapping in a way. So it's like twisting. And then did that for the whole entire shell. And then did 5 singles here, and then repeated for that. And there's 6 clusters of 2, so it's 12. Then I just started the new round, and I'm already even closer to losing my flippin' mind. It's simple. It's puff stitches. It's literally puff stitches. But I gotta do 2. You can't really tell because the yarn is too dark. But there are 2 puff stitches in here. You know, there's one here, the one here. You know, it's just separated by a chain 1 in between them. So as you finish off a puff stitch, per usual every time. But I have to do puff stitches in all of these chain 1 spaces, which there are 6. And if we do math, 2 puff stitches with 6 chain 1 spaces is 12 puffs. So if we do the quick math, I have a calculator. I have a calculator right here. So if we do the quick math, there are 8 shells that I have right now. There are 8. I counted them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 shells. Each shell is gonna have about 12 puff stitches. So if we do the math, 8 times 12. I am doing about 100 puff stitches. I'm doing exactly 96. This is going to eat my navy yarn like bonkers. Cause I'm using kind of scrap yarn. Cause I'm reusing some project that I decided to abandon and having the was blanket replace it. Y'all will figure that out once I get done with this blanket. I'll tell y'all at the end, but not right now. The hank that I'm using, it's a good bit, but it's not enough to do 96 puff stitches. So, but it's okay. I have plenty of navy. I have plenty of navy to work with, so it's okay, guys. I'm gonna do this round real quick, cause I just started, but like I just said, this is what we're looking like. Very cute, very demeanor. She's very cute. She's actually coming out really pretty. And it's getting quite big too. And the end situation, I know it's quite a jump scare. I don't know what I'm gonna do, cause I think what I'm gonna do, me personally, is I am going to take, I'm gonna weave them to where 2 ends are close, and then I'm gonna just double or triple knot them together, so I don't have to really weave in it. Which I could kind of do some now, because there are some that are close. Some of them are weaving in, which I'm just gonna weave them into like their color or whatever, just weave them in like that. After I do that, I'm gonna continue with this round, and I'm gonna do probably a couple more rounds. I'm probably gonna try to crank out as much as I can at this point. I might get close to 20. I think right now I'm on round 13 or 14. I think, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna try to get done. I think this one's 14 actually, so I'm on 14. So at this point, I'd like to get through somewhat close to 20, like maybe 18 rounds, somewhere around that ballpark. But yeah, let me tie these ends, do this puff round, and do a couple of rounds after that, and then we'll try to do at least one more check-in and give a whole overview of the blanket so far. Okay, so it has been a hot minute, but it's worth it. I had to go do a couple more things again. It's just about to hit midnight. You can tell I'm tired. We've gone on a lot of progress time. A lot of progress, I will say that. We got to round, I just finished up round, I think 17. So the next round I'll start with is 18. But this is what we have ended with. This is what she looks like. She is very pretty, very much pretty. Like, this is probably gonna be one of my favorite pieces I've ever made to date. So I'm really happy that she's turned out super good. I like how the white is kind of chunky and then the boots are like the accent colors. So I do like that about it. The end situation is kind of spiking back, but it's not as bad as it was earlier. You know, I was able to clear up some of them and everything. So, but yeah, we got about 17 rounds. So I started with, I think we got like 10 rounds basically done, which is pretty good. A lot more than I thought it was. But that is pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As you already know, if you know just my channel, but if you don't, I will tell you anyways. All my social media will be down in the description down below. I have 3 social media platforms you can follow me on, including here, if you want to hit that subscribe button for me. I also have a TikTok and Instagram and a Lemonade. My main ones are Instagram and TikTok. Lemonade, I just kind of have, just to have. But they will all be down in the description down below, including my website, which is on screen right now at www.swagysis.com, and my Etsy will be down here as well. We are starting with the process of making it. I just have to do the photos and then we're pretty much ready to go. I haven't gotten to them because I've been so busy with school and other things and my own job out of, you know, the YouTube screen. Like, it's been a little hectic, but I will make sure I'll make time. I think Friday I should have enough time to get those photos done, and it's like, I think 6, so it's not a lot. You know, I could whip those up in like a half an hour. So, but I just need to do those, and then we'll start doing the process as well. Also, let me know what other content ideas y'all would want me to do. Like, if y'all want me to do more whips, scrap yarn, how much can I make in 24 hours, stuff like that. You know, if you want me to make videos like that again, you know, I will, which I probably will anyway, so you're gonna get a new one. This lotus blanket, I will recommend this to beginners that want to get into like 3D blankets, like how I am, like get more into textured projects that have more layers and everything. I would 100% recommend this. I will advise to, there is a playlist on it. There's about like, I think 30 parts to it. She breaks it down like to every 3 to 4 rows per video, and it's pretty good. I think for all of them she links the written version, which is completely free. You can look at it, you can read it if you want to do the written pattern instead of the video. I kind of like to have both, just so if I'm confused by the visual, I can look at the written and look from there, like, oh, it means this, this, and this. I would recommend this so far, probably a good 9 out of 10, because there are a lot more basic stitches in here than I thought, and I do like the complex parts. I do. It really, like, you know, allows me to like know more things and know more ways of doing it, like doing the 2 clusters of front post double crochets on top of each other and then doing puffs in those like clusters as well. Like, that's a smart way of doing like somewhat of a tulip stitch, you know, doing the stems, you know, but still I like that aspect. And just, I'm hoping that the stitches to come really bring this whole project together, and I hope this turns out really big too. I am using a 4.5mm hook. I was thinking of using a 5 in the beginning, but I was like, the girl that's doing the video is usually a 3.5, so whoever hers is, mine's gonna be a little bit bigger. In which most of the blankets I do are with a 4.5mm hook. Sometimes I use a 5.5, but most of them have been with a 4.5. If y'all want me to, I'll do a part 2. Obviously I'm going to be working on this off camera, so if I do a part 2, there's going to be a lot of progression made. So, but if y'all want a part 2 of this little blanket, let me know, because I will make a part 2 hands down without hesitation. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time for another crochet vlog. Bye!